Did you see it? How about now? You've probably seen this transition absolutely everywhere without even realizing it. And in this video, I'm going to show you what it is, why it works, and exactly how to apply it to your own projects. Because to get it right, there's two things that really sell it. Now, the name of this transition is a match cut. And a match cut is a type of cut where two different shots are matched together because they look, move, or feel similar. One of my favorite examples is this scene from Scott Pilgrim, and it's a great way to transition between two completely different scenes. So let's dive into After Effects and I'll show you how we can get it right. So in After Effects, I have these two shots right here, and it's just some simple text animation on some, if I do say so myself, nice gradient backgrounds from my presets pack, which I am shamelessly plugging at the same time. Now, what I want to do is get a nicer transition between these two shots, because right now, sure it works, but it's just a very hard cut, and we want that nice match cut effect. So we can set this up really easily. Now, this is actually animated in 3D, and I do have a camera in my scene, so I'm going to use nulls as my controller for this. Now, using a null on this will allow me to add things or layers to my background or extra pieces of text or artwork to this, and I won't need to redo the transition. So first of all, let's create a new null layer with Control, Alt, Shift, and Y. And I'm just going to rename this to Shot 01 Control. Now, you could do this in a pre-comp if you wanted to as well and animate on the pre-comp. Then anything that gets updated in the pre-comp will update in your scene as well. So what I'm going to do is trim this to be the end of my existing layer so everything lines up. And I'm going to do the same for the next piece as well. So I'm going to create a new null with Control, Alt, Shift, and Y again. And I'm just going to drag this up and press the left square bracket to start it where my cursor is. And I'm going to rename this to Shot 2 Control. Now let's just make sure everything is parented to this. So I'm going to select everything on Shot 2 and just parent that. And then on Shot 1, I'm going to parent that as well. Now I'm not going to parent my backgrounds. I don't want those to move during this transition. And then I'm going to make sure both of these are 3D as well. So I can work in 3 dimensions if I need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a positional move on these, and you can do a match cut on scale, rotation, Z depth, whatever it might be. There's so many different ways you can do this. I'm going to use the Y position. So I'm going to press P on my keyboard here. I'm just going to go to the end where my shot is cutting, and I'm going to work backwards. So I'm going to do Control, Shift, and left arrow to move back 10 frames. And this is going to be the start of my transition. So I'm then going to move forward to just before my shot cuts, just so I can see what's happening. And I'm just going to move this layer up in Y space because I want this transition to happen on a Y move. So this is going to move up and the other one is going to come up as well at the same time. Now, what we're actually doing here, and one of the things that we need to get right, is adding that anticipation before the cut. And this is what helps to sell it. So the main thing that we need to do with this is ease this, because right now we have a very horrible looking linear keyframe transition to a straight cut, and it looks really weird. So let's go into our value graph here, and I'm just going to select both my keyframes and press F9, then we'll hop into the graph editor. Now, I'm actually going to use my speed graph to do this, as I find it easier. I don't need to split out all my dimensions, and I can do this way faster. You might feel more comfortable in the value graph, but I'll be honest, it really depends on the transition for me. So what I'm going to do is bring the left keyframe, the easing, all the way over. And we're just going to select the Bezier on the other side and bring that all the way over to the right as well. And now we have this kind of really steep easing curve. And what this means is by the end of our movement, this is going to be at its peak velocity. So right now, that's going to be at its fastest point, exactly where the cut happens. And that's what we need with this match cut. We want the cut to happen on the fastest part of the move. So the problem now is because we have this anticipation, if we just cut, it looks really weird. And that's where the second part to selling the match cut comes in. It's going to be with a follow through. And we need to continue this movement all the way through the cut so it really sells that transition. So what I'm going to do now is go to my Shot 2 controller, press P, and I'm going to create a new keyframe, and that's going to be my end point. So I'm going to do Alt, Shift, and right arrow to move that over 10 frames. And then I'm just going to bring this down in Y position. And I'm going to select both these keyframes and press F9, and we'll go into the graph editor. And I'm going to do the opposite curve on this. So I'm going to swing them all over to the left. So we've got this no easing on the front, and then all the easing is on this last keyframe. And we've got the reverse. So the peak of the cut is now the left, and we're easing out over to the right. So now, because we have that follow through and we have that anticipation, if I press play, we get this lovely smooth match cut. And of course, you can tweak all of the timing on this as well. So I could drag this last keyframe out and have that resolve a little slower. And if we select both layers that are animated here and go to our graph editor, you'll actually see we have one steep easing curve. And all we've done is split that across 2 layers to give us that transition. But if you'd like to learn more animation fundamentals, why not check out my course, Motion Essentials. Throughout that course, I'll take you through the exact fundamentals that I wish I had when I first started, so that you can turn into a confident motion designer who can take on their very own projects. You can find the link to that in the description below. But if you want to learn some more After Effects here on YouTube, why not go ahead and watch this video next?